to jest kwestia czasu, kurwa, jak dojdzie tam do nieszczęścia. Nie wiem, czy kurwa, ile razy tam było jakieś coś podobne, bo naprawdę taki wtedy jest kurwa.
I don't know if it's working. Fuck. God damn, there are already fan arts of the new Survivor. God damn. I don't know what the fuck was that. Okay, I should finally start streaming. Okay, it's going. I hope it's not copyrighted. It would be very fucking awful. Wait, last time I played on 6 days. Oh my fucking god. What's up? Pekuya, about that Genocide Jack case file? Could you let me see it?
Fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Pekuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Shit! The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. I see. I can see a pattern. I don't know why. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Kagu, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Ugh. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Killers that target... oh my god, killers that target adults and children are the scariest. Like, my god, no one is safe. Komatsuna Taro! Takefumi Gono. Uchida no Shia. No Shi. Ono Hisa. Takeshi. Takeshi fuck, Masamune. I'm trying to pronounce those, it's gonna be awful. Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. At the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Profiling results? All of the crimes took place either on weekdays, at night, or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killing to take place was on holidays in afternoon. Based on this fact, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspects lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was an external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. I think that...
Other words.
Does it work like that? I don't think so. I mean, maybe? No. Yeah, no, not really. I don't think it works like that. Like you can probably have an identity that makes you more aggressive, but to that point, it's a fictional game. It doesn't really matter. Kinda matters because it could influence the real world, the perception of the real thing, The key point there is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe it really isn't? I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Just like Jack's case file has been added to the truth bullet section on of your handbook.
Let's go.
Alright, we should get going. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to play.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility of yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. As quickly as he asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. And then I feel like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Just like Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find it out, no matter what it takes. To do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. If I go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room, I should check the boys' locker too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Okay. Hello, Hifumi. Everyone has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if
I have something crisp for me. Evidence? What did you find? I can't reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Stoltenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she see? She wished to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Okay, so where is Celeste now? The warehouse by the Ronps. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? I don't know what else I could see. Like this poster, like gives. The poster, the belt is the most noteworthy part, but the big breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. The word brothers is written on the wall in blood, just like in all those other genocide cases. At every crime scene, the word brothers is written in the victim's blood. I could feel the knife of my own body. It's that body. Chihiro's dead body. So let's say on the cover it could only have been Chihiro's. Okay. Big person on the floor. That's another weapon. Okay.
damn.
Chihir's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her soul.
No forgiveness.
To target such a helpless being is unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. Hey Gecko, have you made any progress on your investigations? Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine the Chihiro's body one more time through it. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Gaga turned and left the girls' locker room. Guess I take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? It's definitely worth worrying about. Here's handbook. Because that I should examine the body one more time. Now she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? The rope has a plug? Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. There's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal wound with the blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about it, either of them. But seeing them again after looking through through the genocide Jack's files. Something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Well, the one thing must likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend heroes. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the genocide Jack case file one more time. Dude had a real complex about being weak. Heard you go talk about it, right? Oh, I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember. She said that one more time. And sure did, which I guess explains that ship down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? Well, mentioned it, but she was a girl, after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. It was complex. Where did it come from? A big last time. Doesn't give me anything. Okay, let's just go to the boys' locker room. The poster got changed. Huh? This poster. It's a popular band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In a boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band? In a girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model? Could the posters have been switched? Or if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. That's really weird. Guess not. Okay. I think there's maybe still something more to find. Really? Oh. That's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? It looks like someone shitted on the carpet. It looks like someone took a shit. So I don't know if I want to touch this. Leave the boys' locker room? Yes. Is he for me still here? Yeah, he is. Let's go. Okay, this is. Okay, wait, what? Wait, because I just skipped this cause. I'm sure there must be something more waiting to me to discover. Okay. Bunch of different pollinators in there, doesn't seem to be any clues left. Nope. Like this. Locker room, okay, it's kinda pointless. Boys locker room, but the door is pointless. So... Okay, this is the same talk. You spend a lot of time lecturing in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I visit nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I used to use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker room could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. You have protein coffee?
Mm.
In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercise. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. Huh? In the girls' locker room. It left a stain. But it's in the boys'. What? A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
Of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. Can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with? Disappearing stain. Huh. I don't think there's much I can do here. The area. So, I'm going to go to Celeste, but now let's go to the library to look at the files again. I want to take another look at just like a cast. I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone! I saw take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that, I can't think of anyone but Bakura. Huh. It's missing. Oh, whoops. Go here. Guess not. Okay. Wait, what is this? There's still more I need to check. According to this letter, hospital stop functioning at a school. Killing game which is meant, but I need it so because it's not a real school. Serious issues that force school to outside in the first place. Is there any connection between the school and the rest of us? What if we can figure out why with prisoners out there? Will that be enough to get us out of here? Or... Huh? The lamp won't turn off. Oh, I see, it's not plugged in. The lamp cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it was definitely on, and it was definitely right there. Oh, that's right, Becky was using an extension cord. There's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Huh. Interesting. I want to go back there, so maybe you could see if we use the extension cord. Hero's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. But it isn't actually a rope at all. Still, that's not the only thing that concerns me. Hero's vital one kill this right. Yeah, because all of them are stuck like stops. Okay, no, I already went to the library, so I don't think there's anything I can check here now. Let's go ask Celeste. Oh, hi.
How unfortunate.
Maybe you should confess our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it, I'm sorry, Shihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough. Now he's blaming himself, huh? Where is she again? This is awesome. I don't there's any clues here. Sogo's room. I should probably just leave her alone for now. Whoops. Where the fuck is she? Is the warehouse wrong? Maybe I did. This is bathhouse and warehouse. Hina! Oh, Hina! How's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out, and she just keeps on mumbling something about genocide check. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry. And don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko was not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. You know, what are you eating? A donut, of course! Of course? There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Shikiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Now to think about who did she spend time with. Well... she was a little bit strange, didn't really hang out with other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us. Yeah, either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know, she talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kinda weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Why did I... Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can judge a book by its cover, right? I think so. I never really saw her as that kind of girl. His account. Interesting. The stock is gives me like it's something trying. It's trying to imply something. I wonder what. Oh my gosh, she's a kid. God damn it. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food, to clothes, to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I know you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. But you did find something. Very well, I will tell you. And only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
indeed.
It was right before nighttime.
Hmm?
Hmm?
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag and in a hurry. It's almost like she was trying to hide it. Just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it appears she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken a rule, none of this ever would have happened. We had what she deserved, I suppose. So apparently she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing? But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. It would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Oh, okay, I know how it would have somehow. Oh. I had few places I wanted to check.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial!
Sure,
You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
What? Wait, I was. Wait. I have few things I want to check. Like, if maybe there's maybe someone that tried the bug. Like, maybe it's in the trash room or something.
See you soon.
Like, maybe the fuck. Begin the class trial or it's about to begin. The red door is right through here. My god, you're on YouTube too? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Do I need to? I have a few things I want to check. There's no running away now. The red door. The red door? I have no choice but to go through it. But I had few clues I wanted to check. That's really everything. So, is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind? Or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? Okay, that sounds fucking... That sounds lewd. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm not English speaker, so I don't even know what nut job means. Is this someone who is stupid? It's a crucial part of the class this time.
Oh, that's not a letter.
That's a threat.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I go ahead and drag her out. You're kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I understand the reaction. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible. Yeah. So now everyone's here, right? Okay then. Hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So shall we get going? This time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek? Meek? What the fuck is... I never heard of this word. Nobody had any problem with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. That murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Let's just go. We have no choice, right? We have to do this. Yes. I give a small nod in reply. One last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I could get a handle of my emotions. Couldn't stop speculating. Is my mic okay? The steel box sunk with heavy, clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste your time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good. You're repairing to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get the show on the road.
thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly crash trial. Do you want to save the data? Yes. Set skills. Increase damage to the opponents when a state is destroyed, but effectiveness during the pulse. Vocabulary, increase the capacity. I think that's all I have. I'll use voice and handiwork. I don't think I need them. Open the handbook. I think I'm good.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Fuck.
Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Fatal blow. Okay, room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe. Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
No, it was not a pipe. Oh, has to be there was some blessing on it. Okay,
Chihiro's fatal.
fuck, I don't remember how to speed it up. Oh, see!
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blood?
I bet it was an iron pipe. Interesting.
What the fuck? It didn't! I really didn't.
Chihiro's, it appears that according to the Monokuma file, what kind of
Blunt I bet it was an iron pipe. No, that's wrong.
Dude, that's wrong!
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Looked at her head wound?
Yes! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Ooh. From what I know, it's actually not. Say it's Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? For this debate, lines of white noise will appear on to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as an obstacle in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have the silencer out. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to 10, the white noises won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun! How does it work? Okay, so,
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
I think Bekia showed me in the archive. One look at that and anyone would be convinced. Okay, should just check work.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Fuck! Again.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Fuck you!
I don't know who that is!
What the fuck? Really?
Culprit is Genocide. Case closed, as far as I'm...
That's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, there's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong. I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth, so let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Yes.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Guess he's a very legend doesn't know. It's something with the...
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Not
So, how did
really.
the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
For sure, but I feel like I understand it. Means that for genocide it's Toko, also not to be Toko. is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? I mean, Hagman's gambit. What? Schizo.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Wait, but why word schizo? What does this word even mean? Schizo. A person who acts in a strange and sometimes violent or threatening way. So there's Caesar when he's had too much drink. My god, person who acts in a strange and sometimes violent. Huh.
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Yes, but that was when she saw blood. Why would she need to see blood earlier, wouldn't she? The one thing that Shosako could have split personality is had to do. Her behavior changed.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The one has a front and a back, a top and a bottom, a sea of soup and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
But if it's when...
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Once that Genocide Jack have control, I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control over again. Ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Talk of his body suddenly lunged backwards. Huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Genocide Jill.
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this? Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality.
Half and half. I don't think split personality gives you a long fucking tongue.
If one of them happens to be a serial killer, you should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
So intense.
Yeah, I don't really like the depiction of this in this game. Like, it's not accurate at all. But also it's an older game. I don't know. It just feels weird.
As they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know.
Like a coin.
Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of of us think he might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Stop the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Okay, I know which one is it. Yeah, she has to put this quite right.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really...
Perhaps if you had an alibi.
Oh, an alibi.
When you compare your past murder, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
So click the murders in the photo from the other Genocide Jack so much. You can see the style of it. This fatal injury.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
How many scissors does she have? They all have the same style. And they have the same sharpness. What the fuck? I mean, maybe not the same sharpness, but like How many of them does she have? She's fucking Dio. Fucking bro. Muda muda.
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders. Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
Yeah, that's true.
Are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Wait a second, this is how she was suspended. Other it was stabbed through their hands.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her?
Monoka, hello.
They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
What was that accent suddenly? What is your point?
Well, in all the previous genocide jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement.
So she made the scissors herself? Yeah, damn. That's some skill.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
Also, like, she has 50 million of them, so those scissors.
You know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Nice, being called a fucking bugger.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each genocide jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Man? Huh. Are you Russian? I'm Polish. Polish, man.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
My lolly girl. Let's see. There was abundance surrounding the genocide jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit in. If you look at the list of every victim, what you'll notice? I think of it, that's why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Because Chihiro was her lover. Whoa.
I got it!
Oh, damn.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo, bullseye, right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the genocide jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ken Harada 32, też Tetsuhiro Honda 17, Sojikaku 23, Kano Issei 14, Takeshi Yoshida 30, Kamatsuno Taro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naohia, Takashi Masumue, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. I think
They were all guys?
I think I read those fucking completely wrong. Please say something in Russian. Suka bliet, I don't know what I can say in Russian because I don't speak Russian. I am Polish. Polish Maya. I what could I say? I can't speak Russian.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
One guy was 30, I don't think that it was little or adorable.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the movie side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-blood man madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
Oh, the fucking food thing is kind of. Give me sick. God damn it.
Passion and conviction to cross that line. the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
Oh, whoa, this has already gone well. Well, Lana, how do you know Russian? Mats. Oh, really? Nightbot doesn't like cops. Ah, damn it. Okay, like I said, I don't know Russian. I don't know Russian. I just said one thing I know in Russian. That is suka bliet. I don't know anything else.
It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors!
Please say in Russian. Makoto, tell them I said I don't know Russian. My god.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know how to say it. Cause I don't know Russian.
Are you sure about that? Da-da-da-da!
Holy shit. What the fuck? Tajemnica wiary. Holy shit, a priest came to me. What the fuck?
She's fully equipped.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
I have my dog. Dog, bite.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, you can you gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Hold on, there is one person. One person who could have copied the genocide Jack cases. So like, I mean, the only one who... Leo! Yeah, the dead guy now. Like him! Because he knows.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
He's quiet.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, The way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker room. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
That means he's a pervert!
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
The king in the book, like I just said, I need to make it clear to everyone. Everyone has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna call the truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot at once as a single shove bullet. If you shot or change the shove bullet, it will disappear from your shove cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. You don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded shove bullets. It might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. Is the best time to flashback? Well, you just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. I didn't understand what I just read. Nakuma file 2.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
you wish you'd taken me with you.
Ja comment about Chihiro being there, I know that is clear contradiction there. It doesn't make sense how we could have known before we found this. Okay, I need to make the contradiction clear. Okay, blah 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 blah.
That's a natural. The victim was
So of course...
Fuck!
there was no time. What's so strong?
I skipped it!
So, you said yes, but he was acting...
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
What you think there's no thing? Oh wait.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Oh shit, no? Oh wait,
So, you said Byakuya was acting... but he was acting weird.
There's not...
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
You wish you'd taken me with you.
Wait, okay,
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
I don't know how to use it! Wait!
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out...
Oh, before we found the body!
The victim was Chihiro.
God damn it, now I understood! Fuck, I'm stupid!
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Sure.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. but your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead, show us.
Something back inside the dude. It's like he doesn't even care. Got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with
What's the
him.
matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
Oh, fuck.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Difference between this case and other genocide cases means the proofs case from the hidden. What could it be? I buried a clump. Oh yeah.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the bodies.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Lie!
No, it's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time? Went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Seeing it again. Suddenly calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
What? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something not right. Her body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can he just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something about what is essentially the scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Hmm?
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, back you up. Did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Yeah, news that shows the murder place like somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys and girls' locker room. Posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you
Very
think
specific.
that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the same was scrubbed away. It was smoothed.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Wait, what? I just want to know. Like, did I just fucking pull a carpet out of my ass, or did I took it? I don't know. I have a picture of it. How did I show it?
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Using someone else's handbook. Organic handbook. Oh yeah.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer.
Sure.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Theoretically, if Chihiro was able to use Leon's she could have... But when we found Leon's handbook in the mail hall, there was no doubt that it was... In which case, she should use this? But she couldn't really...
She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate for sure. That would have been... Well, she used the thing. Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. She had that.
The boys' locker room, no...
But if hacking it would break it?
She must have hacked her e-handbook.
No? Oh, really? I mean, yeah, it was broken.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have got that?
She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have been... Well, she used the thing that... Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
Why did no one tell me Amori of King Honor game? Omari?
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
What the fuck is Omari? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean, actually.
Why not? Because Leon's handbook was broken.
An RPG game. Well,
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yep. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts glaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
No. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it, really? And no, because it was all moved. It wouldn't make sense. Still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the... You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial has been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoka in the lead, and where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
No. You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Am I going to touch something under the skirt?
Exactly. on her.
I mean, touch something under the skirt.
Like using our hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
You? And I would like not to touch that corpses in general.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body. It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
I don't care, I am creeped the fuck out. I'm not touching a dead body.
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go.
She gonna touch her and touch her dead body, and it's gonna have something in there.
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer. That's... yeah. Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Her eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
Okay, without context, and this look like it looks like she's fucking giving birth. Holy shit, my water!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Ben.
It's really true? Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Oh, what the fuck? So, we just touched a dead body in the private parts. Great! Fuck! What the fuck? This game is something. It is something for sure.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
I think that Chihiro was actually a guy. Thought that had never even crossed my mind.
Because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So it was a femboy. even Dangan Rompa knows that programmers are fanboys. God damn it, that's so fucking stupid. I hate it.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Maybe out of respect. I don't know, to be honest. Hey Sean, how many is about you and your friends going on adventure, like going to space, exploring the world, finding a rabbit city, and making new friends along the way? What's wrong script? Yamori is about depression after the Omari. Oh shit! I know which one. Oh my god. Okay. After the loss of a family member, you spiral down into madness as you hallucinate your family members hungry you as a crooked neck ghost. As you become more consumed with isolation, you can only decide if you will truly accept it. Okay, I know which game is it. I just forgot. I just forgot that it was this one.
Well,
and the Google
must admit,
give me wrong
I
fucking
did
message.
find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Something was sticking out.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Good job, scared by the mirror.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
If you spam the mirror enough, you will get to see how Sunny views his friends. Oh, okay, that sounds awful. Oh, maybe good. I don't know.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
I mean, it could be his manipulation tactic.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Why?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
So to show how it looks like. See you
No,
next second.
I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
Holy shit! Well, that's for sure a face of a friend. And then Maribo's face just traumatized me. Oh god.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in. Do you not have a mind of your own? Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
My water bottle. I had to get it.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Shigeru? That's one thing we could be sure that we know about the killer. Byakuya was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a gay guy! Fuck, I read it wrong. The crime was seen was the boys' locker room. You would need to ways to get in. Since Leona's handbook is completely apparently broken, the killer must have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. That's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. So that's the count.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer? I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer! And only the killer!
Nope.
No, what's wrong?
I believe someone else did see the
Because
victim
there's
before he
a
was murdered.
paranoid
What do
photo
you
of what
think,
happened to
Celeste?
Mari. Are you gonna send it too? To traumatize me too?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him. Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto!
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Track jacket and a double bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when you said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kinda in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry.
Guess what it is? Ensure son. Trauma in the family. Fuck, I'm guessing it's some very horrible shit. I was thinking about it.
But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit,
That's trauma.
so we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
This smile. You good? Yeah, that's just like the characters are talking, so I don't need to voice them.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Sure, jacket really holds some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. I unfortunately spoiled myself who is the killer. So fuck.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Yeah.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because...
There are no LGBT characters until Dangan Ronpa 2?
So, what you're saying is...
So it is a
you're
fanboy.
wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. This exercising sucks.
I have
Okay.
a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
I wasn't even listening.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Shit, what he said just now is really odd. What the fuck? She was the theme of character is that then not being the stereotype of masculine don't make somebody less man. I don't know. I think that's. I don't know. I think it was just that every programmers are fanboys. did he know? Something like that. But I really wasn't listening.
We know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No!
Wait, really?
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and I assume he headed off to exercise. Oh!
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
Fuck. Blah, blah, blah. Well, no, because this saga is known because fuck, I can't read. Because even though it is not closed, the LGBT community treats it as it would be treated in Japan. That is, unless the character has a cool name, it will not be relevant in the plot, or they will use the fact that it is part of that community as a mark of being more disposable than others. Scar is a handsome man. No, I got confused. I don't even know what I just read.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Character is a handsome man. Fanboy, I'm joking. They like to sell yaoi. Damn.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry, okay.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why?
That's a good
Oh, fuck!
There was a certain turning point that ticked me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
God damn.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
How could I didn't how could I even notice that the dude changed cheek? I don't even fucking can. I even call female friends I call dude. It's like never mind.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Such a disappointment. I really liked him.
I didn't kill anyone!
Of course.
You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
Oh yeah, because they are bros. that's why he's defending him.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to...
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
It's only one possible explanation. Hitting its weak point.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. the temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees.
Huh.
Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
200 degrees of what? Celsius or Fahrenheit? Like Celsius! You're fucking dead!
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
Someone took it to the sauna.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Oh, so it wasn't Leon's.
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
Somehow someone here has Leon's handbook.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
The one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. Yes, I know who. Fuck. I know who. Get the fucking face away.
Here's my answer! Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on! You've got it all wrong! He would never kill! I don't accept this! Show me the proof! The actual solid proof!
I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. I think I know. Broken handbook, Shihiro's handbook, card reader.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what?
Fuck, wait. Left shift. How do I change those? Select a mouse wheel, okay.
You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Actually, Mondo handbook broke during their sauna experience, but which show that Mondo's must actually be.
Let's test Makoto's if what he said you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if when that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Fuck!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Fuck, Fuck, I don't like this.
Let's test if what he said you broke your own handbook. In other words, if Mondo's had, then that proves that what...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
You fuck!
See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Okay.
Let's test if what he said you broke your own handbook. In other words, if Mondo's handbook, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Fuck!
See? Look!
I missed it!
After all,
Because...
the fly!
Fuck! Fuck!
Let's test if what he said you broke your own handbook. In other words, if then that proves that what...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
What? No!
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
If what he said you broke your own. In other words, if not, then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine. See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
What the fuck? What do I do? What? Nothing makes sense. What?
Let's test Makoto's
Card reader?
assertion.
No. Broken handbook?
What he says is correct. Then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine. See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Where the fuck do I shoot then? What?
Let's test if what he said you broke your own handbook. In other words, if then that proves that...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Nothing works. What? The fuck am I supposed to do?
Is this... I refuse to give up yet.
What the fuck? Then what do I do? I choose everything.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he...
Okay, no, I am not mad. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Wait, I did it! What? A broken handbook, but I did it!
In other words, if Mondo...
I didn't?
Well,
What?
my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, that's wrong.
I was pretty sure I already put it there! Fuck that shit.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well,
Already talked about this.
here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, But if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch! What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Climax. Ah, shit. Okay, so here she is. Boom. Here. Okay. Oh shit, no, this... Like that. Oh, what the fuck is this? No, fuck this. This. Not this. Wait, below. No, no, no. No yet. Fuck. The fuck? Fuck, what? Where am I supposed to put this? This for sure. No, I think I fucked up something. But what? This one is good. Oh no, I didn't put this. think?
You! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
No? What? No, not this one? What? Why not? Oh, I see. Okay, maybe this the other way. Maybe like this? Okay, this come from the beginning. No, okay.
And attack. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster.
What? What the fuck? The fuck is here? Not this, so something I already... This?
Here's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Which is why the killer hurried, then removing the bloody poster.
The fuck is there supposed to be? It's not this. It's not this. Of course not. This?
Here's exactly what happened. Which is why the killer hurried, then removing the...
What the fuck was he supposed to be there? This and this.
Here's exactly what happened. Which is why the killer then removing...
God damn it.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
What the fuck am I supposed? What am I supposed to put there? Yes, yes, of course. What the? Who cares? Yeah.
I refuse to give up yet.
Come on. I need to do this all over again. Oh my fucking god. Do I even remember what was here? Yeah, it was the painting. Here. In. Here, god damn you. Yeah, we heard that.
Last night, at the time. That's... With Dangan... She would help... Which is...
I don't care, we already seen this,
It's... And that... It was... Which is what then... And finally, a girl's handbook with this... After using... And then with the car... They changed... That could be... So, he went and grabbed...
It's not even that it's not that I lost because I didn't understand. I lost in here because those fucking texts, those fucking images are so fucking weird. How the fuck do you know? Should I supposed to know that I should put this way and not that way? Come.
Having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
Why not? What's the reason? This?
You Realm is the killer. There.
What the fuck am I supposed to put there? Okay, I don't know, this thing! What the fuck is this anyway? There's not really anything else.
And around the same time, the killer there. And just as the killer,
How the fuck should I know?
the steamy sauna was enough to ruin.
How the fuck was I supposed to know? This is the broken one! This image looks like it's like some envelope! The broken ones are grey! This is white! What the fuck?
Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
Fuck those flashes.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, do that everything become clear. A new element has been added to True Bullet Battle, which like, yeah, whatever, fuck. Let's talk about a bit about Fever Time and... I don't want to read this! I already know I will read this wrong. If you press the space key, Fever Time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the button at random, you won't miss. So you push MP whatever you want to destroy your opponent's verbal assault. It's only if your focus gauge runs out. So make the best of... If only you got access to special timer, right? But we also called time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates during the battle, bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were active Fever Time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what's over, but it's not surprising if your action difficulty set to gentle. The opponent. Well done. Good luck and have fun. I know this. God damn you. Yeah, I'm fighting with him?
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it. If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
I don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Oh shit. Ow. This fucking C-rank.
Bro, what are
No choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Woohoo.
What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Shiro Fujisaki was... Mundo Wada!
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Ikiyataka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimara. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way he would kill someone. Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? 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 Why did you do that? Fuck.
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mundo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of more this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really wanna hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. I want to hear it. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. Oh boy. Sorry. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness. Take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. No, nobody would be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already been taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, he only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
As the killing game has begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not the strongest, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Shira's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dressed like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If it was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. How the doubt those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have seen him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Knowingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
Going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, it will be okay. I'll be okay. I'll get better. With thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day, he made a commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, it would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to?
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was! The biker gang had been painfully clear about how important his manly premises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confident in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Machomondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Fuck. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. It was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? With what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
It could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? When that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
It's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone? It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times am I to repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, you obviously can. That's all that there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know?
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother, named Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. That's because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, he had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy, but when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to, on Mondo's very soul. I don't know what the fuck this word means. How you even read it? He's gonna take over for Daya? Huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that will do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and the whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why
I
gotta get stronger than Daya. Once, just one time, no matter what, I gonna win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta take him out on top. On the night of his on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, Crazy Diamond. I knew he's some JoJo reference. Yeah. Maybe not JoJo, you know. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, we gotta keep the gang together. Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger, under the banner of the kid who's bested his big brother. Crazy Diamond. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. Did they really thought of that? Pff, okay. He wanted to lead the team so bad. He was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
I'm strong. Strong. And yet, as soon as our acting began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. Interesting. So Chihiro and Mondo are basically the same. They are lying to themselves, but one of them is telling themselves, like putting themselves down that they are weak, while the other is trying to They know they are weak, but they're trying to make themselves strong. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Wanda killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why I, Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness. I just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say. After a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Huh? Because, I mean, you've kept a secret all this time, right? If anyone find out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. I can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So, what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
Saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong. Mondo! I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
And you have to tell me all that? I'm trying to rub my feather in my face? No! I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you!
You son of a...
I'm stronger than Daya! Fuck. I don't remember anything after that. I woke up again. He was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had a dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey!
I
Killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. Weakness like that lived in a heart like this, like his, and it turned him in cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him! You see? Oh, just like him! For a secret from the past, for a memory, For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regress from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in here? In there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up! You son of a bitch! Go ahead! Say that again! I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately I cannot do it right now because the time for punishment is fast approaching. Punishment? You mean execution? That's what I promised you, right? The plucking that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader. No! Wait! Wait!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Cage of Death. I mean, sure would make someone dizzy, but besides that... Never mind! It's about to explode, what the fuck? Oh, did he fall off? What the fuck? Okay, that... Compared to Leon, what the fuck? That was stupid. Okay, no. Compared to Leon, that was so fucking stupid. I would just like to say that I found you from a comment you posted 2 years on a short about that by the lead, and you just so happened to be streaming. Wait, really? Well. Happy to happy to hear that, I would say. Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be my brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Understandable reaction. I can't scream like that. If I try, I would sound like I was fucking like I lost of air. So yeah. Saka sad cries? What? Saka sad screams invaded our skulls. We were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. But Byakuya? You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that? Actually, like 5 of them right now.
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that
however,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library, as usual.
Honestly,
So you ignored the nighttime rule, too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
there is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room. Which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well,
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. With all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene. But damn, man! If you couldn't figure out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. The Kiratana looked at me in the eyes. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied? Why is he accusing me? Wow, great. Fucking accuse me out of everyone. The guy that's actually solved the case.
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey,
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
you.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is... why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. Those punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? 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 Good grief! I understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor. And then everything will be revealed to me. Ooh, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think that's the start of a terrifying friendship. Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up to next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Oh, so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper, sounds like someone is an up. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro's and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the master wouldn't let it end. For those of us who are still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Who is that? Huh. That still looks wrong. Fuck. I really like Shiro. Receive the crazy diamond present. I think the only thing that's the only JoJo reference I don't like to see. Fuck.
I know I shouldn't cry, but I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon, it's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Donuts. I taste some donuts. That will cheer me up. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream filled, donuts holes, malasadas. God damn, what the fuck did she doesn't have in this room?
Okay.
Oh god of donuts. I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right now, for me, donuts are absolutely necessary. Huh?
Huh?
What's that sound? It sounds like coming from the bathhouse?
But...
I'm super scared, but... Is someone there? Did Chihiro? Whoa! The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial. We met up in dining hall, just like always. Expected to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but today's kind of sucks, huh? Toko and Byakuya still refuse to show up. I haven't seen Miss Asahina anywhere. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in her room for today.
Oh,
That is rather unusual for her. Normally she is so full of energy. Which is exactly what makes me worry.
So then,
So it's just the 7 of us, then? It looks like that. It's time like this where the commit chairman needs to get things going with a bang.
Impossible.
Or not. Like hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. No wonder. He's so shocked. One look at his face showed he hadn't slept a wink last night. Must be because of Mondo. The two of them become so close, and then he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro. And then having to watch Mondo get punished, and nothing he could do about it. I can't even imagine what it must have done to him.
wow.
So, I mean, what's gonna happen now? We haven't found any way out, and we have no idea if help's ever gonna come. Now I'm all depressed just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things. Do our best to get along and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. It is the only hope we have now. What? To live here forever?
Well,
Here we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, our every need is seen to. Why are you dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for?
is that okay?
Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence? As society grows, so does its perversion. In which case, is our current situation not... Demon Angel, pretty budgie princess!
Huh?
Maggie, a Jewish opponent, the bunny-haired Amazon, Carker Dog Boy, Robodusters, the Galactic King, and... What I mean is, there's no 2D here!
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind puts such base desire to their advantage, bending you to their will.
You know?
Okay, well, anyway, since Taka's like catatonic, as the oldest one here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. So, we're all gonna work together and spend the rest of the day searching for the school. Searching?
I'm right.
I mean, since the class trial is over and all,
Perhaps.
there should be new places for us to investigate. Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time.
Well then.
Then once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste? There may well be a discovery waiting for us, which may further enrich our life here. And now the point is to look for clues. Just as we started to come together, she barged in and ruined the conversation.
You called for me, so I appeared.
Inside! Nobody called you! What the? How come it's Jonathan Jill and not Toko? God, this place is just amazing! Finally, because I can just be my mother's self! Which is why I decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in the cave for me! Plus, I have another battle to fight! The whole killer with a split personality thing is so overdone that I destroy the stereotype. I fight all day and all night to monitor those totally slanderous cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. If she weren't here, my chance of survival would go up at least 10%. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need the little people to hold them up. Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach. You're right. Let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation. So we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer. And after a much needed but very annoying meal, we set to work looking around the school. Okay. Okay, I want to check one thing. Bathhouse. Was it? Lockers. There's nothing else that I know about them. Are you sure one of them is open? Doesn't seem like there's anything here. So maybe she took the thing that was projecting Chihiro. Anyways, I already streamed for much longer than I thought I would. Like it's over 3 hours. God damn! Thank you all guys for watching, and see you one day. my stream schedules are complete dog shit. Like like last stream it was 6 days.